Alright guys, we are in round 6. Man, we've been on the draw like every game. So I already did a search on the 2 other 5-0s, and I did not see anything for this person, so I have no idea what they are on. Well, we've got a turn 1 Sprawl, and like, we see a bunch of cards, and the other cards we have are good threats, and like, we can live in wish for land if we need to. It's risky versus like a Chalice deck or Death and Taxes. On the other hand, it's pretty good. Like, it's one of the hands that might be like a combo deck because we got a turn 2 Living Wish. Against a fair deck, kind of depends on the draw, so we'd really like to hit that second land. That doesn't tell us anything. Alright, well, there's our second land. Alright, we're gonna lead off with blue, since we got this boy here. You never know, they could be on like Merfolk and go turn 2 Chalice. Turn 1 island with no play, double island. So that suggests what, do you think? Maybe Sneak and Show? No cantripping though. Suggests maybe they've like got it already, perhaps. I don't know. That said, like proactively like wishing for something doesn't seem the best. What we're going to do is just get a forest wild growth into Zenith. Next turn, we could like Living Wish for something, or we could like play Abundant Growth Invocation. I think maybe right now we have to assume they're on Sneak and Show. I don't know what other deck plays like double island, like without fetches. Except maybe like You Are Delver, and they certainly would have played something or forced that. They didn't play anything, and they didn't counter the Zenith. So now, like, that actually makes me worried. I would prefer a deck that was trying to interact with me, because those are the decks we tend to beat. Yeah, I'm thinking they're on Sneak and Show. Hopefully they don't have the Omniscience. Alright. So what do we put in? Maybe Invocation gives us another mana next turn. That's not amazing. I think we put in the Ground Seal. Ugh, I just had the Omniscience. Do they have the Emrakul or the Grizzlebrand? Okay, I just like have it. Alright, sure. Okay, so they're probably on like Sneak and Show rather than like Omnitel, because the red, I mean, they could be on that, but in the Eye of Chaos, chokes, those come in. Knight of Autumn is a wish target. Pridemage is a Zenith target. Karakas, Knight of Autumn, Revoker are good wish targets. You want, I tend to want to leave 3 in, especially if one of them is Revoker, because like although they can be faster, they also have like different avenues. So like if you've got an Oblivion Ring in hand, then you're kind of protected, at least to some degree, against Show and Tell. So maybe you want to get the Revoker or the Karakas for the sneak attack. But if you've got like a Grass in play, Grass helps against sneak attack, but doesn't do that much against Show and Tell. So maybe you want to get Knight of Autumn to have in hand so they can't at least Omniscience. So those are our wish targets. Emrakul also comes in both because you can show and tell her, and also it's an out just being in your deck against if they're on the Cunning Wish release the Ants backup plan, which they probably are. Confinement can go, Doomwake can go, Ground Seal can go. Let's see, what else? I think a Sanctum can go. They don't really mess with their mana base, except Blood Moon maybe. I think I'm going to take out an Argothian because they'll tend to bring in Pyroclasms. So speaking of which, we probably want Gaddock Teeg because it stops sneak attack through the breach and Force of Will, as well as possibly engineered explosives. And it does die to Pyroclasm, but you know, it's a trade-off. I think I'd rather have that than like everything else is kind of hard to cut. I guess the Guile. I don't know. That's not an easy cut. Let's see what our curve looks like. I guess we gotta get going, huh? We've got 10 seconds. Alright, that's what we're doing. Did you accept? Alright, I mean, that's a very good hand. We got turn 2, lots of stuff. We're going to name blue so we can cast whatever, even underneath a choke. It's also like we don't need black, and the white is like Oblivion Ring, and we'd honestly rather have that in our hands most of the time. So yeah, there's really not much debate about this one. Possibly green would be the main thing, the main alternate option. Because like there's a scenario where like we draw a Sanctum and our drop is tapped under a choke. But okay, so they multi 6, and they like their top card. I think we'll probably lead off with Zenith for Gaddock. Or do we want to lead off with In the Eye of Chaos? No, we'll go for Gaddock. I mean, we're generally okay with trading like cards for their control cards because they are an A+B combo deck. Like they could randomly have it again, but like the more they like spend cards, the less likely they are to have A+B. That is a reason we want white. So if we play into the in the Eye of Chaos, they could. I kind of want to save that for show and tell. I think I'm going to go for Argothian here, even though we could be walking into Pyroclasm. I think we need to take that risk. And at least then our cards cycle. I wonder what their hand is. It must be like part combo pieces and like. I mean, if they don't spell pierce the Zenith. Maybe it's like. It must be like combo pieces because they're not cantripping and they're not. They didn't counter the Zenith or the Argothian. Well, they can't counter the Argothian because they can't force it all. Yeah, Pyroclasm. Well, at least we can choke now. And get some value out of it. Now, if they have like Emrakul or Grizzlebrand, we're just kind of screwed. We actually would like them to have the Omniscience and like be relying on an instant, in which case in the Eye of Chaos would answer, or they could have Omniscience, but we don't have an opportunity to cast the Pridemage. I think we have to end the Eye of Chaos. So we need to draw like a Grass or a Living Wish. That's not it. Or an Oblivion. No, we can't cast Oblivion. Should we even have white on this thing? I mean, I don't think our situation would be that much better. We'd be able to like counterattack them and put some pressure on so they can just draw too many cards. But I don't know. It doesn't seem impressive. I don't know why they're not drawing cards. Because they can't stop a Grass here. Well, I guess we need a Grass. We can't wish at this point, right? There we go. I'm really confused by what they're doing. Why are they giving me all these outs? Is it worth it to Wasteland the Ancient Tomb? It probably is. I mean, obviously they could draw into another land drop, but like their mana is where we have to bottleneck them because they've got like a million cards. Or do we just get Karakas? I think we get Wasteland. Costing them a land drop seems big right now. Alright, we'll pay it one more time. What can we Zenith for here? There's no reason not to bounce this, right? I think we have to go off this turn. I don't know why they were playing so like conservatively this game. I really feel like they could have just like drawn their whole deck to find like another show and tell Emrakul and get it. So we're gonna let this drop because we've got 2 more, and we're gonna be casting them to go off anyway. Again, we're going off, so we're just gonna like name green a bunch. When you're going off, you always start with like the big land and put it onto another stack so you can cast as many sprawls as possible. Suppose we are only on the 1 Sanctum main deck, so be aware of that. Okay, I got a wish, so theoretically we should just be able to wish for it. Okay. I'm not convinced that they didn't misplay, but of course I didn't see their hand. Still. Game 3, I don't think anything changes. I mean, so like we did walk into that Pyroclasm, but like I think you gotta do what you gotta do. There weren't many options with what we had that were great anyway. And like the Argothian wasn't the most important resource there. So like trading the Pyroclasm for the Gaddock is okay in my book. I'd rather have the Argothian, but you know. Oh man, this is interesting. So we can go to Savannah and play turn 2 Gaddock Teeg even if we don't draw the land. We're a little inoculated against show and tell because of Emrakul. But then like we wouldn't have a blue source for these other 2. So we'd be stuck with like 3 cards we could cast. I don't think we can keep this. I guess we keep this and just really hope for wild growth. That's not a wild growth. It feels unfortunate to put that on the bottom though. An abundant growth would be okay. A second land would be okay if it was a fetch land and we could play the Pridemage or at least get things like started. This is definitely a risky hand, but I don't think it's as risky as mulling to 5. Alright, here's hoping it's Savannah or fetch land. I guess wild growth would be okay. Wild growth would actually be fine if we could play the wild growth on the Sanctum. So we've got, what is that, 9 outs? And then like some more that are okay, like a basic forest or a trot or Utopia Sprawl are okay, but not great. They put us back in the game. It's okay. It's better than, like, another Enchantress. Not as good as Wild Growth or Utopia Sprawl. Or Abundant Growth actually would be okay. Like at this point, Trop is also good. We'd have to play in the Eye of Chaos, I suppose. Unless they tap out, then we'll go for the choke, even though it kind of hurts us too. Alright, so what do we do here? Well, like... I guess we have to go for the Savannah and play the choke, because then we can play the Pridemage next turn. Well, if we get a Trop, either this choke gets countered or it doesn't. Either way, we'd have 3 mana next turn, whether it be white or blue. But I mean, it's weird to like get a Trop just to choke, right? That's pretty weird. It's probably not good. So I think we get the Savannah. I'm okay with that, although, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, they had the ability to sneak attack there, so I don't think they have that. Show and tell, we still have the Pridemage. Huh, this is weird. We gotta hope they have it one more. There's one more turn that they don't have it. I wonder what on earth is in their hand. One, two, three, four, 5 mana. So we can Zenith for Gaddock. I mean, I guess they could easily be holding a Pyroclasm, right? But kind of okay with that. It's not like I can cast these other guys. Like, we are the control deck, so if they're going to use their cards to control us, I'm not happy about it, but, like, things could be worse. Plus, if they do, like, randomly Emrakul or something, it's extra permanence. If they Pyroclasm, they Pyroclasm. Really wish we had that Trop. I don't know, it still felt weird. Come on, fetch or sprawl or abundant growth. Or even actually wild growth, just because we draw cards. Elephant growth actually is fine. That's awkward. Wow, that's a lot of mana. Alright, that's a good draw. I'm going to lead within the Eye of Chaos. Just because like I want it on the table. I'm hoping to draw some other stuff that Show and Tell would put into play. Like that. That's a good one. I sort of want to like leave this mana open for Pridemage. I don't want to like get too greedy. So like I'm not going to play this Presence. We'll go ahead and we've already got our duels out, so I guess Bayou doesn't matter. So I guess I mean they could be running Jace, but I think we've got it if that's their plan. If they're on the Jace plan, that's very much plan B for them. But I've seen more lists running it. Our deck actually did not like draw super well this match, but like their deck apparently just like was really faltering. It is like kind of 50-50 in my experience. Like we have a lot of answers, but they don't always line up to the threats they're presenting. But like you do need to think of yourself as the control deck in this matchup for sure. Let's start with the attack. By the way, Estrid's Invocation does not pair within the Eye of Chaos, despite if you think like it might, because it is a world enchantment, which is sort of like legendary, but not exactly. Basically, there can only be one world enchantment in play at the same time, like regardless of who controls it or what the name is. So it's like super legendary, if you will. I think now we go for it though. Still have our land drop, right? What on earth? I don't get what they were doing this time. Probably should have counted, huh? Since we like just barely had it. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we're in the top 8 then. So that's good news. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, well, game 3 they obviously got flooded. Game 2 I really don't understand why they were so like timid with their Grizzlebrand. But again, I don't know their hand or their sideboard plan, so presumably they had reasons. We will see you in round 7.